You know how everyone keeps telling people with ADHD to use schedules and organizers and calendars to manage your day with ADHD, but you get stuck at creating the schedule and or in the calendars because, ADHD. Well, let's see how we can help with that. Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida and New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, I'm sharing 5 tips for organizing your ADHD whiteboard because a few years back, I did a video sharing how some clients were having success with having an ADHD whiteboard. And the question that kept coming up, and most recently, Family Time in June was the person who asked if I had any tips for organizing your ADHD whiteboard. And so today I figured I would do a quick video sharing those tips. The first thing to do is to set up some small wins to start your day. Whether these are going to be easy things or things that you're excited about, things that you're going to be able to jump in there, get them done, and start your day with a win. Start your day with success. Start your day with something that got you excited and motivated and feeling empowered because, hey, you did it. You did something. And using that momentum and the excitement of whatever it is that you have just accomplished to propel you forward into the next things that you have to do, especially since most people can't just jump in. We need a little bit of warming up anyway. So a quick win, we'll do that for you. The second thing is to place bigger and higher priority tasks during your peak brain time. For a lot of people, that would be when your meds have kicked in. If you're not doing medication, whatever it is that you're doing to help you manage your ADHD, there is a time of the day when you're at your highest functioning. That's your peak time. Set the higher priority tasks. Set the things that require a lot more concentration, require more focus, require more energy, require more brain power. Put those things during that block of time when you know that you have the energy, you have the concentration, you have the whatever it is that you need in order to accomplish those tasks. So put those tasks during your peak brain time. The third thing to do is to break tasks to fit into your own window. I've talked about own window. Watch that video after this one. I've talked about understanding your own window, which is that little frame of time when you're able to focus. Depending on who you are, it could be 30 minutes, it could be an hour. Break tasks to fit into your own window so that you're not struggling to continue for extended periods of time, and you're allowing natural breaks so that if you know your own window is 30 minutes, see what you can do to set a natural break around 30 minutes so that when you have reached the end of your own window, you're able to take a break and step away and then come back. The fourth thing is to place high interest tasks at that re-energizing or that resetting point of your day. It's usually, many of us, we have our highs, we have that time when we're excited, where we have the energy to, and we have the power to do it. And there are little lulls in the day where your energy may not be as high, your interest level may not be as high, your excitement may not be as high. So those are times when it's good to have something that you're interested in. So place the higher interest tasks at time when they can be used to give you that extra boost of energy, to give you that extra motivation to keep going. Whether it's when you're resetting from coming from a break to having to re-engage again. If you have something that you're looking forward to do, you're more likely to be interested in coming back to getting to work if you're coming to something that you're excited about. So place those things that you're excited about at those critical points where you might need a little bit more motivation or just to give you that extra push to keep going. And finally, sandwich low priority or low interest tasks between things that excite you or with things that excite you. Because there are those parts of our days that we're not necessarily excited about, things that we may not want to do, we may not feel like doing. See if you can marry or at least sandwich those with things that you're excited about. That way you can capitalize on the excitement or the interest in those other things to give you the extra push or motivation to complete those tasks that you may be a little less interested in, or that you may be a little bit less motivated to do. Capitalize on that excitement to do those things that you don't really want to do. All right, quick recap. First, set up some small wins to start your day. Put things that are easy, things that are exciting, things that you'll be able to jump in there and get them done. That way you can start your day on a high note, start your day with a positive. 2, place bigger and higher priority tasks at your peak brain time, around the time when your meds have kicked in, when you're most ready, when you're most energized. 3, break tasks to fit within your own window. That way you are not struggling to finish, but you're using the time when your brain is at its best to get the harder things done. Place high interest tasks at re-energizing or resetting points of your day. That time when you might need a little bit more motivation, a little bit bigger push to get you to come back to work. Place the higher interest things there. That way you have something to look forward to or to motivate you to come back to it. Sandwich low priority or low interest items with things that you're excited about, things that you're motivated about doing. That way you can capitalize on the excitement or the motivation that you have from being interested in something to help you push you to do the things that you don't really want to do. As always, if you or someone you know happens to be going through something that's more than you can handle, please remember that there are professionals like myself who are available, able, and willing to help, and are even providing remote services who can assist with whatever you may have going on. So please figure out who those people are in your community so that if you need to, you can reach out and get the help that you need. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.